driving a little bit later than I was planning on, so I'm just checking the GPS and making sure I'm taking like the fastest route there. So like I was saying, I thought it'd be pretty easy because I figured if you're, god dang it, if you get better at drawing, then better art equals more views, more likes. That's not the case. And it's weird because like I've seen a lot of like posts and videos where a lot of people, because of the style, it looks like they don't know how to draw. But because of the story, a lot of people, they like it. And I've seen art, good story, very detailed art. I don't want to say bad art, good art, because a lot of art is very stylized, and that's like part of the style where it looks kind of rough. What I've seen though is there's like art where it's like really detailed, some that's non-detailed, and some lines are exaggerated, or the face exaggerated. So what I wanted to do is focus on a manga that's really character driven and focus more on who they are. And while I'm doing that, I just get better at anatomy, because I kind of go between like really stylized and clean art, kind of somewhere in the middle. And I knew beforehand, like before I started, that whenever if I take the route of being like independent manga artist, that I have to do it's like a very bumpy road. I have to do the marketing. I'm doing the drawing, or I have to do the business and the creative side. I know the business is like the marketing, and just trying to get views on, just trying to get more eyeballs on manga, and then also try to find a way like how can I make money? Because I mean, if I don't make money, I can't do it full time. If I can't do it full time, then it's just a hobby. So I mean, for any artist, like that's the thing you have to figure out. It's just how to make money from it, and not in a way to where it's like all about money. I know it's like every artist, and that's the mindset you have to have. And I mean, obviously there's horrible ways to go about it, to where you go against your values and what you want to do. And of course, some people, they kind of just try different things out. And for me, I want to stick to the story that I'm doing, which is kind of like a combination of Seinfeld and like John Wick, to where it's kind of like there's moments where it seems like they're talking about nothing, but in those moments you're learning more about the character, and not just the big like serious stuff, like something happened to their family, or somebody died, or they're on a mission. I don't know. They're just really focused on getting something that'll drastically change somebody's life, their life, or something, and focus on the little stuff, like the funny things that as a reader, it seems weird, or it doesn't seem that interesting or that big of a deal, but to that character, it is a big deal. Whether it's like they hate it when people chew, they're always chewing on strawberry gum. Whenever they tie their shoes, they always sing, they always hum. And just like those moments, or maybe they hate it whenever people talk over them. So whenever people talk over them, they get super loud, they get very agitated, they pretty much like start chewing out that person. And pretty much like from the outside, it seems like, why did they make a big thing out of it if somebody spoke over them? And also add like some comedy to it. Popo head. Popo. La policía, la 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 la. but I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just driving, bum, bum, bum. Bada, bada, bum, bum, bum. I don't speed, so I mean, I never have to like slow down dramatically when I see a cop. Mostly just because I'm never really like late, so I'm not really in a rush. And I mean, if you have good time management, or just what's the word? If you just have a good habit of leaving on time, you don't have to rush anywhere. And also, you waste more gas when you speed. So leave early, or leave on time, or leave a little bit early, and then you don't have to speed. You can save gas, and you can also save $170, $200 ticket. That's always good, because nobody wants to take it, bruh. I didn't start saying the word bruh till I started watching like Lean Beef Patty. It was never in my vocabulary. Like I would just be like, I'd probably say dude, like, or just come on, or something else. And then I started watching Lean Beef Patty, like she would have all of these voice things, like little voice sounding effects. Was that bruh? I just picked up on it. Out of nowhere, if something like stupid or just pissing me off, like a small little outburst is just saying bruh. So making a manga is like, I knew it was gonna be hard. Like, I just knew it was gonna be hard because pretty much I'm doing all the marketing. It's just me, Joe Schmo. I have no crazy $20,000, $100,000 budget to just like create ads. I don't have any like relationships with like any professional relationships or networking whatever, however you want to phrase it, where I can like put out a lot of media and stuff like that. And whenever you have like a serialized artist, like you don't have to do any of that. You just get to be creative. You don't have to worry about the business aspect, because if you're Shonen Jump or what's the company that Attack on Titan's with, or Isayama is with, Kodansha. I never said it verbally, so it seems kind of weird. But when you're with one of those big publishing companies, like they do all the marketing. Like they have a whole team that does that. All the posting, they create the ads, they do paid advertisement. They have, they put stuff on ads on buses and TV. They put on their app. For example, like if you got serialized, take a sip. For example, if you're serialized by Shonen Jump, they would do all that stuff: TV, YouTube, flyers, other magazines and stuff like that. And they'd also put on the Shonen app, like, there'd be some kind of banner featuring new story, new series, however they would word that. And because they already have a lot of popular manga like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, because a lot of people are already going to that app to read their manga that they like, then whenever they go to read the manga and they finish it, and whenever they continue scrolling on the app, then out of nowhere they see, well, not out of nowhere, because I'm pretty sure if it's a new series, they're going to put it at the very top, like some kind of banner. They'll see it says that there's a new action series, there's new rom-com, new whatever, slice of life. And that's another way to where they can just have a lot of eyeballs and just a lot of traffic sent to it. and then a lot of people read it, and then from there, like I said, like, yeah, because you're serialized, you don't have to worry about the marketing and all that. They might ask you to make a post on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube. Other than that, like, all you have to focus on is being a manga artist. Like, just create the story, working with the editor, and with the independent manga artist. Like, if you don't already have a big following, then you pretty much have to find out different ways to get eyeballs on you. And that's the part where I've just, like, I just constantly feel like, holy crap, like, I'm dumb. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not this, like, super loud, crazy, super energetic, and I'm just like a mellow guy. If I get super loud, it's because I'm playing FIFA or watching the Cowboys lose. Like, I accepted it. It's gonna take a while to good old Cowboys did get a ring. But for the most part, I'm just like a mellow guy. I like to keep things simple. I don't really care for drama or any of that stuff. I'm just a little fly on the wall. I'm just shit. Flies are annoying. So it's been a challenge, like, just trying out different ideas, seeing what the other editors do. I've seen other people, they do like crazy edits through Clip Studio. Not Clip Studio. What's the freaking CapCut? People do edits on CapCut, and god dang it, dude. And then people do like really cool video edits on After Effects, and I've played around with After Effects. It takes a lot of time. I mean, it's like a really amazing software because you can do a lot of edits. The only thing is, like, this is where, like, the marketing has, like, really messed me up. Like, it's really fun to do those edits on After Effects and then continue working on Adobe Premiere. Like, it's fun, but the thing is, like, I would spend an hour and a half working on like one little effect, and there was still like the rest of the video. And I think the longest I spent on video was probably 7 or 9 hours. And in my mind, I was like, man, this is gonna be really cool the way I did the effects and everything. I was like, and in my mind, I was thinking, like, this is gonna get I think it'll do decent, maybe a couple thousand views, maybe, I don't know, 100, 200 likes. I was trying to be on the realistic side where it's like, it's possible, and I didn't want to go overboard where I'm like, this is gonna blow up. I'm gonna get 3.2 million views and 100,000 likes and whatever. I was like, that's a little bit over the top. I need to be realistic, and that's why I was thinking like maybe 4,000 views, 100 likes. And I did that with some videos on YouTube, some videos on TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Bro, these roads are, oh my goodness. It's not like the country roads, but it just feels like there's somewhere it's like the right side. I'm like, am I tired about a pop? And then I'm gonna go blind with this eye. Oh my goodness. So whenever I make a little bit of boom. These are some shitty roads. Every time I would drive down this road, like, I feel like I got tires in a pop, or that makes you think the engine's messing up, because it's like, but then whenever I'm like after 10 minutes, back to normal. It's like smooth road. Like, I don't know. So it would suck though, because I would put in like all the work, working on After Effects, stuttering, working on After Effects, and it was really fun. I'd make the post, try to use some hashtags that are like related to like what I'm doing, so like manga, dark manga, action manga. I'd throw in, you know, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, because I'm more, you know, it is an action horror manga, so I was like, the same thing. And I've seen other creators where it's not even the manga they're making, it's not even, it doesn't have like similarities to the hashtags, because it would be like a samurai manga and they'll put hashtag Jujutsu Kaisen AOT. In my mind I'm like, it's not related to that manga. Like, I mean, it does have action, but Jujutsu Kaisen, you think of like demons, not demons, but like curses who kind of resemble demons, and that's not in this samurai manga. I'm like, that's weird. AOT, I mean Attack on Titan, these big old titans, that's not in this samurai manga. It's just a guy in a sword and he's fighting people. I'm not trying to say anything bad about it, but there's like no connection. So I was like, with my manga, it really connects with the ones I'm doing, because there's gonna be like demons and they can like manipulate fire and like just earth, I guess earth elements, earth, water, fire, stuff like that. It kind of connects with like Jujutsu Kaisen, and then with like Chainsaw Man, just a horror aspect. And bro, oh my god, I fucking hate this road so bad. My anxiety goes up on this road because I'm just like, oh man, because in the past I had a tire pop and it was like 20 minutes from home, so I had to like change a tire. Luckily there's a guy who helped me like just change the tire, because on the side it's like different the way you have to like pick it up with the jack. It's not even like a random. Is it? Okay, yeah. So my phone died because, no, it didn't die, but I had like a lot of images like in the deleted files, like in that album. So I just ran out of space. So I don't know where I cut off last time, but as I was saying, I would just put in a lot of work, and then whenever I'd upload it, I'd check it like a couple hours later, and I wouldn't have like any. It'd be very small, like maybe 100 views and 30 likes, and if it was on YouTube, it'd be like same thing, maybe 100 views, 100 likes, not 100 likes, but like 13 or 14. And in my mind, I was thinking, like, is there a better way to be more productive? Because I used to spend like 12 hours or 9 hours on a video, and then it would get pretty much like nothing. And then thinking long term, because I understand like you gotta start with somewhere, and I'm cool with that. But what I'm thinking is, like, if I'm getting that small amount, and there's like other videos where they get way more, and it looks like they put a little effort to the videos, and I'm not saying anything against that, because I mean, if you have a good story, obviously, if you have a good, like, an amazing personality, and obviously, if depending on what kind of content you're doing, if you're really attractive, you really don't need to put that much effort. And everybody has something, right? Like, whether it's everybody has something, and that's where I was just thinking, like, what can I do to where instead of spending 12 hours and get pretty much nothing, what if I could spend, I don't know, like, what if I could spend like maybe an hour and a half, and then get a little bit more, and then just try different things, maybe like 100 views, same thing, 100 views, couple likes, and then just constantly trying new things to where it goes a little bit higher and higher. That way I can spend more time on the manga, because like I said, being an independent manga artist, you have to split up your time from being a pretty much the business side and the creative side. And of course, if you focus on one or the other, then it kind of, well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you already have the content, like the manga, like the chapters out, you can go crazy with the, like on the business side, just like marketing and trying to figure out ways on how to like make it a full-time, well, part-time and then full-time. But if you don't have like those chapters out, then you have to really find a good balance between the two, because if you can put content out whenever you're working on chapters, then that way it's whenever you do put the chapter out, whenever you do put the chapter out, you already have some people who are already interested. So whenever it's done, then boom, like then you can share with, then I can share with what I've been doing. So it's kind of been on my mindset, because I don't want to do it to where I focus all my time on the manga and then I do the marketing, or however way you want to phrase it, because then I have this finished chapter, but then it's like, okay, but nobody cares because I didn't make any videos, any posts, any shorts or whatever. So that's why I've been trying to figure out ways on how can I make the most out of an hour of my time, an hour and a half of my time. That way I can just focus on manga. And I just haven't really found a way to like get some eyeballs. Like I said, I'm being realistic. Like I understand I'm pretty sure every day there's a new manga. Every other day there's somebody else saying they want to make a manga. And the reason that I believe that what I'm doing it sticks out is because it's kind of like I mentioned earlier, it's like Seinfeld. It's a mix of Seinfeld and John Wick, to where there's like, it's kind of like a show about nothing, because there's moments where it's like these characters have like their spouse, like where it's like you really see who they are. And like I said, it is what are you doing, bro? Dude, it's a white van too. You always let the person in the white van, you always let them go first, because you make them mad. You're gonna end up in the white van. Like I said, yeah, so it's been tough, but I'm just like figuring out different ways what I can do. And now I'll be driving. It won't be like an everyday thing. Maybe every other day I'll give it a shot and see how this goes. Hopefully I can start freelancing somewhere, and then on the side just make videos like this, just like talk and just share my process and what I've been going through with the manga, like mentally. Oh my gosh, it is, my little brain has gone through so much. Oh my goodness. Luckily, I mean, when I started, I was in a good place to where, like, if people say negative stuff, I mean, it doesn't affect me, because I understand everybody has their own preference. Whether it's a story, if it's fast paced, if it's slow, if the characters just the way they are, there's a lot of action, the style of the art, is it clean, is it kind of messy, is it kind of like Dragon Ball Super to where like it's not, the anatomy is amazing but the background is kind of straightforward, not too detailed, whatever. So I mean, I get it, and I understand that some people they're little, for whatever reason, they just like to be, not like to be, because I know stuff happens, but for whatever reason, there's people who are just like in a very shitty mood, and they just want to make you feel horrible. And whenever, whether it's like it's mid, it's trash, like that's not constructive criticism. It doesn't help anybody. But in those moments, like I just it doesn't affect me, because I understand, like, whenever you're having a shitty day, a shitty week, it's been a shitty year, or just a shitty life, like that's what's gonna come out. So in those moments whenever people comment like that or say something, I try to think of a way to say reply with a comment that is kind of funny, to where I'm not trying to offend them. I'm not trying to, in a way, like fight back. I just want to say something that seems very random, very weird, and hopefully it can make them laugh. Because I know life's tough. I know that whenever you're not around the right people, it can really push you down. And whenever nothing good's happening in life, it's really easy to be a shitty person. Because the past few weeks, I've really been in that mindset towards I just want to say, if I see a video and it does really good, and for whatever reason, I just want to be like a shitty person. Oh crap, I'm at a red light. I'm about to park, stop by the white van. No eye contact. But yeah, I know life's tough. So if hopefully my comments, or whenever I reply to people like that who are just, it seems like they're in a very shitty mood, hopefully it can make them laugh and make their day better. And, you know, somebody says trash, I'll be like, Kobe, you know, I don't know, something small, maybe, I don't know. But hopefully, hopefully it can make their day better. I know life's tough. And I think that's about it for now. I'm about to start. I just got into the city, so I'm about to do some DoorDash. Okay. It's bright. So sometimes whenever I'm picking up orders, they take a long time. So to kill time, I have this little journal thing that fits in my pocket pretty well. That's one of them. Just that one. And for these, I try not to overthink it. I just do sketch. I start with the shape, and I pretty much just keep on going. Let me see if I can. Okay, you had to turn the flash off. So right now it's 10:07. Chilling in the parking lot right now. And I'm about to head home. Come on, dog. So I did DoorDash, I think, for about 2.5 hours. Dude, these parking lots. Walmart is like the worst. Like, it's a freaking danger zone. People drive crazy. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, I'm about to head home, and obviously, like, I kind of woke up late, so that's why I only did it for a little bit. Tomorrow, I'll come back again, and I'll probably like 2 or 3 p.m. I've been having issues like waking up early, because I normally fall asleep like 5 or 6, which is like a really bad habit I'm trying to break. And I mean, it's easy for me to do that because I'm right now I'm not employed because about 2 months ago I was working at an agency, or I left about 2 months ago. I left my job and I saved up some money to give myself a couple months to just work on the manga, and also just a little bit on just try to get better as a web designer, because I was like, just in case it doesn't work out. And guess what? It didn't work out. Look at me now. I mean, I still have money saved up. It's just I finished my, like I mentioned earlier, I finished my portfolio. I sent out my resume, and I'm kind of just trying out different, I guess, ways to do videos. So, I mean, I think it's good to just, while I'm sending out my resume and I guess work on my manga, I guess like at night now, then during the day I can just make some money, and that way I can just put it in the little piggy bank, depending on how long it takes to hear back from an agency. So that's the plan. I know it takes time. And it's dark right now. I'll just leave it like that. You can hear my voice. It's alright. Follow my voice. So that's pretty much the game plan for now. I mean, manga is just one of those things where, like, you're pretty much, it's a big risk, because like with with like web design, whenever I was just reaching out to businesses and like networking and all that stuff, if I put a lot of hours into that, eventually I'll get a client, and I'd probably get like 800 to like 1400 for the site. So in the end, like, a lot of hours would pay off. But if I were to put a lot of out, which I have, the thing is with art, if you put a lot of hours into it, whether it's the manga, the marketing, even if you start to get some kind of traction, you still don't get to see like the monetary value right then and there. And with art, I think one thing a lot of artists can agree with is that they enjoy the process, they love what they're doing, they like how they can share something from what they've experienced, and whether it's painting or drawing, if they're making a movie, they can put something, they can share what they experience and can like connect with people. But if you're not making any money from it, you have to look at some other source of income to pay bills, because if you don't, you're gonna be homeless, and that's just the truth of it. So whenever you want to become a full-time artist, like, you have to think about like just ways to how you can bring in like sources of income, whether it's like YouTube watch time, maybe you make stickers, maybe you have merch, Patreon, whatever. And the thing is, if you put a lot of hours into your art, the marketing, whatever, and you don't see I can't see myself right now, and if you don't see that monetary, like, if no income comes in, then you have to start asking yourself the question, what can I do to bring money? And it could be get a part-time job, get a full-time job. Maybe you went to college, you get a full-time job doing it on the side. And for me, it's been just, it was working at the agency, but because I saved some money, I could just invest all my time. Of course, it didn't work out. So now I'm looking to go back to like another agency, but this time I kind of do something that's like remote, which means I would just be working from my laptop, And I think that'd make it easier just to save the drive, maybe it'll save me like 7 hours a week instead of having to drive to work, and it'll make it easier. And also it'll be a lot more flexible on hours. So I think that'd be really awesome. So that's what I'm doing. And like, you never know, like maybe like 4 or 5 months, whenever I get, I'm working for another agency, maybe I'll just come to I'll just up the fact that, of course, every journey is different, but for most artists, they are gonna fail, and like 99.9%, because I mean, there's a lot of artists out there. So there's like 10,000 artists, only a couple are gonna be full time. So maybe a handful, 10, 20, 30, who actually make like enough money to where they can just focus on that. And if you don't think about that kind of stuff, like other streams of income, like how you can pay your bills, it's gonna stress you out. Because then when the end of the month, or the first of the month comes, how are you gonna pay your bills? And everybody has different living situations. If you're still going to school, it's a perfect time to do this. Whether it's like high school, college, but whenever you're past that and you're at a point to where you're living on your own. Luckily, I don't have any kids, so that's very helpful, because kids are very expensive. I know, because I was a very just being a kid, wanting candy, wanting food, and also not even the wants, but like the necessities, clothes, and all that. So that's kind of where my mind's been at, and you never know. So for now, I'm just doing what I can. Maybe in 4 or 5 months, if it doesn't work out, I'll just be like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. Am I tired? Oh my goodness. No, I'm good. Now I definitely can't see myself. Yeah, I pretty much just left the city, so now it's gonna be super dark. Hey! So, yeah, like I said, I might just come to a point where I'm like, you know what, it's just not worth it. Like I said, you're taking a risk, because you can spend 3 or 4 years working on art, whatever it is, painting, manga, whatever other artists do, I'm not sure, but you can spend that time. And the thing is, like, it's not a sure thing that that the time you spent, you're pretty much gonna make you'll get some kind of payment. I don't know how to word it, some kind of monetary, like if you spend 4 years, you're kind of thinking, well, if I do everything I can, at least I'll get some money. And depending on what you do, it might take a while to get some money, and even if you do, you might generate a little bit. And if that's the case, like, then you kind of start thinking, so I just spent 3 years working on this, and I really didn't see anything in return. What if I would have spent 2 years? What if I would have spent a year cutting lawns, and then off the clock get my own clients, and then maybe after another 6 or 7 months, I would have my own clientele, and then I could be working for myself. And then 6 months after that, I would have my own 2 or 3 people on my team, and then maybe after another year, I have a team of 10. I'm saving a lot. I have a lot of money in the bank. I'm paying rent. I'm in a good direction to where I can hire like team leaders and stuff like that. So you start to kind of think, did I waste my time? Because those 3 years where I was working on this, I could have been working on that. Maybe you were going to school. Maybe you had a good career opportunity. You had some kind of connection that could have got you a job. Like, that's the kind of thing, like, whenever you're at a certain point, you kind of have to think of. Because right now I'm 29, and I turned 29 like in August. So like 2 months ago. And it's also risky because I'm making manga. It's a career where you have people who are in their early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, late 30s. Like, you got the creator of Attack on Titan. He's, I think, 36 or 35. Tatsuki Fujimoto, I think he's 30 or 31. And of course, you have manga authors or manga artists who are in their 50s, 60s. I saw one the other day. I think he's like in his late 80s. So this is like a career choice where, like, you don't have to be physically fit, but as long as you're healthy enough to where you can draw, like, you're good. Like, you can keep on drawing until you die. And it's not the case for other careers like musicians. I guess if you're a musician, you can sing or play an instrument. But if you're like an athlete, when you're mid 30s, late 40s, unless you're Tom Brady, you can keep on going. But for now, yeah, that's why it's been stressful too, because I just have to. And I don't know what it is, but I just feel like whenever I see artists talk about money, and then me too, what I'm doing right now, I feel like there's this kind of guilt to where we have to be consistent in saying that it's not about the money, but it is. It's not about the money, but you have to think about the money, because if you don't, if you're not taking care of the business side and only the creative side, you'll come to a point to where you're gonna have to get some kind of job, or you're gonna have to borrow money or whatever, and that's something you don't want to do because it puts you in a spot. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. But I mean, it's been super fun. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep at it. I do know for sure, like, for now, maybe the next month or two, I'm gonna keep on doing this. Try to get better at anatomy. Start working on chapter 2. That's all I have. So if you want to see any of the other videos I've done, or see the video that I'm doing the next day, then subscribe. And if you could like the video, that'd be awesome. I guess somehow it helps, like, the algorithm. I haven't had any luck. So if you want to like, subscribe, do it. That'd be awesome. I need as many likes as possible. So the last thing is yeah, so I'm gonna do as much as I can and just try to get better as I can as a storyteller, and also with my manga. Just try to take more notes from other manga authors or artists with their art, and just try to get better at backgrounds. All right, see you tomorrow.